when we talk about component form, say we have some vector v. Oops, some vector v. And the position vector is 2, 3. So from here to here. Only it's straight. Okay, we're talking about splitting it into a horizontal component and a vertical component. Now, the horizontal component, that would be in the x direction. Okay, so what we're saying is there's some vector from 0, 0 out here that went 2 units, right? Okay, and that would represent the horizontal component of the vector. We're going to call this v sub 1. Well, v sub 1 is going to be the vector 2, 0, oops, 2, 0. So you can think about that a little bit, but that's that vector. And then the vertical component, that's going to be in the y direction. And so I'll use green, but it's talking about going from here and doing a vertical movement of 3. So you think about adding those vectors together, you would get that resultant vector v. Now we're going to call the green vector, the vertical one, v sub 2. And v sub 2 would equal 0, 3. Now if you add those together, graphically or algebraically, you're going to get the vector v. That's what we mean by component form, splitting it into 2 vectors, one that just represents the horizontal component and the other that represents the vertical component. Sometimes it's easier if we are able to split those vectors up so that we can just work with the horizontal stuff and just with the vertical stuff. So let me find the magnitude of v. So the magnitude of v would be equal to the square root, it'd be the magnitude of v sub 1 squared plus v sub 2 squared. And we already have values for those. So you can do that. These are position vectors. You can find those values. But you're going to have, in this case, 2 squared plus 3 squared. And that's going to be the square root of 13. Okay, so that would be then the magnitude for that vector v. Now, if you want to find the angle, so we're talking about this angle right here, theta, then we would say theta is equal to the inverse tangent of 3 over 2, which we can do that on our calculator. And let me put this up. Inverse tangent, 3 divided by 2. And it's about 56.3 degrees. Okay? So we can do that as well.